Hello, my name is Michael Smith. I'm a co-founder of Decision Grid, and I'm welcoming you to how to build a rock-solid financial process. We've got the back of entrepreneurs and social change agents who need a little bit of financial support to change the world. That is what Decision Grid is all about. Unfortunately, for a lot of entrepreneurs and social change agents, issues in finance operations rarely make a leader's to-do list until one of several things happens. The leader might wake up worried about the risk of a reporting misstatement, or he or she runs out of money or related resources, or a board member or stakeholder asks questions about stewardship or accountability, or the organization discovers its cost structure is either non-existent or badly out of line. By the way, most organizations fail because they don't know what their costs are. Or the organization's decision makers lack confidence in their financial information and conclude that they don't have the support they need to make smart, fast decisions. If none of the above happens, leadership can also choose to stick with what has been working, even if it means sacrificing the speed and accuracy they really want and need. If they do that, what's the result? Mediocre performance is okay. So, as a leader and change agent, my guess is that you want to be a good steward, and you want the information that a strong financial system can give you, but you also don't know how to construct the system. The goals for this presentation are to, first, give you the information necessary to initiate the process of building a strong financial system that will grow with your organization and promotes that good stewardship of the financial resources of your organization by sharing with you in some detail 4 building blocks that will serve you and your organization well. If your organization is young and or core financial process fundamentals might be lacking, investing in a solid financial system with pragmatic and timely reporting will pay dividends in both immediate and long-term decision-making effectiveness. And just as importantly, it will drive sustainable cost savings, leaving more money so that you can do important stuff. Sounds like a great benefit. It is, without a doubt. Foundational to every well-run organization is a solid finance operation. One of the main reasons most new organizations fail is, like I told you before, that they don't know what their costs are. In other words, they don't know exactly where their money comes from or exactly where it goes. Here's why that is such a big deal. And if you remember nothing else from this presentation, remember this. The success of any endeavor is determined by how well your organization's scarce and precious resources are used for their highest and best in pursuit of a goal. Let me ask you some questions. First, what are your scarce and precious resources? People, time, money, energy? Secondly, what is your goal? Have you clearly articulated where you want to go? Finally, how do you know if you're applying your scarce and precious resources for their highest and best use? Well, your financial system, when properly developed and maintained, will give you the majority of the information you need to answer all of the above questions. Along with human passion, your money resources and how you steward them comprises most of the fuel that runs your missional engine. Getting your financial processes right means you'll have more time and better information to make better organizational decisions. Getting it wrong means you and your team are in for a world of worry. Rock-solid finance processes give you and your team 5 significant competitive advantages. and those are: first, they improve information quality and data integrity for more reliable and accurate decision-making information. 2, they implement streamlined and more efficient and effective processes that are both scalable and dynamic, which means that they can change based on your organization's needs. These are both key to making you more money. Thirdly, you'll have more time and better information for decision support activities such as financial analysis and strategic planning. Fourthly, you can build stronger cases for resource expenditure throughout the organization. And finally, you can reduce costs and time spent on compliance activities because the work is done. Okay, now you know what the benefits are. Let's talk about how to do that by diving into the really important stuff. Here are the 4 building blocks of a really solid financial system. First, policies and procedures. Second, the technology that you use to get there. Third, and maybe most importantly, is the talent you use to make sure that the technology works and the policies and procedures are followed. And then fourthly is the data that is produced by all of the above. While some organizations have the time and talent and understanding to take on that challenge in-house, many don't. No matter where you're starting from, it is important to have the end goal in mind. That is, a clear idea of what you want from your financial system. And let me give you at least what I think is true for most organizations, and that the goal is the accurate and efficient management of your financial details that enhance making your mission happen. So let's talk about each of the 4 building blocks individually. First of all, let's address policies and procedures. These are actually the rules of the game for your financial processes. Your policies must clearly define what will be done, by whom, when, and how. The best way to get your arms around what areas your policy should cover is to first map every step money must go through to come into, reside, and exit your organization. Once you have this, which will constantly need tweaking and reconsidering as the organization changes and grows, you have a template to start building your policies. I've attached an example process flow diagram for your study. Here's a quick way to help determine what policies and procedures you need to develop. First, build a process flow diagram of how money comes into your organization, what it does while it resides in the organization, and then how it gets spent. Also realize that there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. It will take little effort to find other organizations' policies, and for the most part, they will all be pretty similar. Investigate how other organizations are handling their money well, and use that information as a template to build your own policies and procedures. Here's a short, basic list of common areas that benefit from a well thought out and clear set of policies. These are all of ours for Decision Grid, or at least some of them, and you are welcome to them. They are all available under the resource section in our website. Let's go to the second block, which is technology. Sure, you can manage your finances without the modern conveniences of software and the internet, but why would you? If you believe that all you need is a check register that came with your checkbook and your math skills are unbelievably good, unfortunately you probably need more help than I can give you here, and you should move on and get advice from somebody else. But if not, there are quite a few software programs that you can use to manage your finances that can be resident on your own computer or available over the internet. By far the most popular for small businesses and nonprofits is Quickbooks. It's not overly expensive and it's well supported. The problem with Quickbooks is simply the learning curve and the knowledge base required as your financial processes mature. As with most software programs, more bells and whistles are offered, the steeper the learning curve. And QuickBooks offers a lot of bells and whistles. On the positive side, there are certified QuickBooks coaches who can help you through your setup and answer operational questions if you need help. Usually it's for a fee. And there are quite a few third-party training resources besides the videos on the QuickBooks website. When evaluating and choosing software, avoid financial software that is too simple. The likelihood is that you won't be able to effectively transfer historical information to a more sophisticated service, or one that doesn't offer the opportunity to download your information into a spreadsheet for analysis and what-if scenarios, which I find very important. The third building block is talent. And people make up any and every organization, and without a doubt, they are also the key to the success and effectiveness of your financial system. So, what kinds of people do you need? What should they be able to do? How many of them do you need? My experience is that your financial person, first of all, has to be someone with whom you and your life partner can enjoy at a casual dinner. Really. This position requires trust, accountability, intelligence, attention to detail, and above all, a heart for your organization's mission. For the characteristics listed, they must like you a lot. Your financial partner must be a person who, while respectful, is also able to start and participate in difficult discussions. They have to be someone who can confront you and other decision makers with both facts and well-considered opinions. Consider, especially early on, contracting out your financial services to someone who has expertise and success. If you decide you want to hire someone in-house, a capable financial person should be a very early hire. And depending upon the complexity of what you do and how you do it, you probably need about one financial person for about every $500,000 to $750,000 in expenses. Let's look at the fourth building block, and that's simply the data that is generated by your system. This is the product that your financial department produces, and their clients are you and the other decision makers in your organization. If you believe in positive customer-client relationships, then your financial department and processes have to serve your mission first, your team members second, and lastly, themselves. This means that the product of their efforts, the data reflecting how money comes into your organization and how it is invested to make the mission happen, has to be accurate, timely, and practical, calling team members to some sort of action. Let me be clear. The financial department of any organization is a service team. Normally, they do not provide direct services to clients, nor produce goods for sale. The job of any really effective financial team is to provide actionable decision-making information to those responsible for getting the mission of the organization accomplished. Financial people are not the police. They are trusted, responsible partners for those doing the work. Building a rock-solid financial process is not easy, and it never ends. It is a process driven by both the CEO and the person knighted with making the financial system work. While the process of building and maintaining rock-solid financial processes can be challenging, it will more than bring value to the organization. And if done right, it will bring a culture of strong and informed decision-making to your organization. What will you take from this presentation? What will you tell somebody else that you got out of the time that you spent watching this presentation? What will you do? What's the first item of action that you will undertake after having watched this presentation? Well, how did we do? We had two goals. One was to give you information to build a financial system, and the second was to promote good stewardship. You'll have to decide if we had success. I appreciate you watching, and I would love your feedback and or your questions. You can contact me at michael@thedecisiongrid.com.